So Paris or Madrid, the Parc des Princes or the Bernabeu, where will Kylian Mbappé be playing his football at the end of this transfer window? 133 goals, 63 assists in 174 games for the 22-year-old at PSG. But Spanish giants Real Madrid have made a £137 million bid for Mbappé, whose contract runs out next summer. For more on Kylian Mbappe's links with Real Madrid, we're joined now by the former Real Madrid president, Ramón Calderón. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ramón.
Hello, very good morning.
Now, Ramón, I'm an impatient guy. I like to get things immediately, but I wouldn't spend £137 million or £160 million, 160 million euros on something that I could get for free in 9 months' time. With Mbappe's contract running out, this seems a very odd decision by Real Madrid in the current climate to go and try and bid £137 million for the French superstar.
Well, maybe, but if you want him now, you have to pay that amount of money. It's clear that, my guess is that knowing that PSG has made a counter offer, that means a negotiation, and it's in those cases, in my experience, the signing is imminent. If at the moment the two clubs sit down to negotiate in front of a table, then things are quite clear. And maybe it's true, you said to pay that amount of money, but sometimes if you need something so expensive and so important, you have to pay that.
Ramón, I take your point totally. However, I heard and then read one or two of quotes from, I think it was Leandro, the PSG, who's in charge of the football operations there, and he said that they would not give in to any bid that what they didn't find suitable from Real Madrid. But surely Real Madrid will be in a position where they know they have, they can play one or two cards up their sleeve that the player wants. The first thing is the player wants to leave. So there are things in Real Madrid's favour.
Well, I think so. There's no point to make an offer to any club if you previously don't know that the player wants to join your club. That would be ridiculous. No one is doing that, never. And in that case, it's clear that I don't have a personal knowledge, but it's clear that the player has said, I want to join your club. I want to leave. And it seems for what we've read and listened, that he's told that to PSG, to the directors of the PSG, and then that means that, as I said, the signing is imminent, is my guess, knowing that PSG has accepted to enter into negotiations.
Yeah, Leonardo saying yesterday, Kylian Mbappé wants to leave. We're not holding him back, but it's on our terms. He also says it looks like it's a strategy from Real Madrid to show that they have to try everything and wait for him next year and get him on a free. It's incorrect. It's illegal even because they've contacted him, which is in breach of FIFA regulations. What is the financial situation with Real Madrid? Have they got the money to be able to spend on Kylian Mbappé?
We haven't spent any money in the last 2 or 3 years. I think there weren't any big signing. So for sure, if they've made that offer, it's because the club is in position to pay it. And it's clear what you said, that maybe it seems a lot of money now, but you never know. When we saw paying for Neymar 222, we saw it was too much. But finally, the club wanted the player, and that was what they did. In this case, I think Real Madrid has the money, because if not, they hadn't made that offer, and that's the case. It's true that we are investing a lot of money in the refurbishing of building really a new stadium. But as I said, we didn't spend any money in the last 3 years in big signings, so there's money in the bank to pay that amount that has been offered.
Ramón, can I ask you, obviously with Atletico winning the league last year, you look at the Champions League this year, or last year, and strong teams, obviously Chelsea, PSG themselves, Manchester City. This is a massive statement from Real Madrid going to get Mbappé. Is there a little bit of a concern in Madrid that they're falling slightly behind some of the other clubs and top clubs in Europe?
Well, maybe at this moment, I think the squad is is a bit weaker than all those clubs you've just mentioned, and maybe we need some players like Mbappé to give the team another position in the European football. And, but I don't know really. It's difficult to say. The player is fantastic. I think what he's done in the last 2-3 years is incredible. Being in a league like the French league is not as strong as we know, but he's a goal scorer. He's strong. He's fast. He has everything. He's young. So I think a player like that can give you a lot.
Let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, someone that you know well. Do you think he'll move to Manchester City? That has been mooted in the last couple of days.
It seems, and I told him that it was a mistake to leave Real Madrid. I think it was a fantastic moment. 9 years is getting all the titles, personal and collective awards. So the time with Juventus, it seems, hasn't been the best choice for him, and he's decided. As we know, I haven't talked to him about that, so I can tell with my guess that he's not happy. He would like to have another challenge. I don't know if Man United or another club, but it seems also that he is going to leave, and maybe Man United. He also was happy with the club when I signed him. What he told me, in fact, he came 1 year later because he said he was really happy with the club, with the fans, with everyone there. And finally, he wanted to look for another challenge. Now to come back, maybe. Why not?
But if he goes to Manchester City, he'll ruin that relationship with those Manchester United fans, that's for sure. Cheers, Ramon. Thanks very much,
Ramon.
For joining us. I don't know about you, Ali, but it feels a little bit to me like there's a lot going on here behind the scenes that we don't know about with the whole Mbappe thing.
Sam.
Huge amount of money unnecessarily spending.
Come on, listen, right. It's a massive amount of money. In business, I think it can only be described as madness.
Yeah.
If you pay £137 million for something you can get in 6 months effectively. I mean, it does not make any sense to me at all. No business sense. In footballing sense, of course it does. 22 years of age, one of the best players in the world. Absolutely, I get it. And there will be a concern, in my opinion. I asked Ramon there, Sam, but in my opinion, there will be a concern at a club like Real Madrid, and indeed I could have thrown in Barcelona. You know, as Atletico win in the league, they are slipping behind the top clubs in the Champions League. But come on, you ain't paying that money if you can get it for nothing 6 months.
That also makes me think that there's a wider agenda here, because ultimately Spanish football has suffered from the fact that Messi is leaving the pitch as well, isn't he?
Yes.
He's leaving the picture, so he's gone. So they need a big superstar to hang their hat on as a league in order to attract attention. I just wonder whether or not there's something in that as well. I will follow it closely, see what happens with Kylian Mbappé. I'd be surprised if he went to Real Madrid, wouldn't you? 81089 on the text. You can tweet us at TS Breakfast.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.